Hello, welcome to my channel. Hey, in this video I'm going to talk about, is your job recession proof? And there's a lot of jobs out there that are, a lot that aren't. Look, every day we hear about we're either in a recession or recession is pending, and everybody's getting on antsy. The stock market's up and down, inflation's up. Do you think your job is recession proof? So in this video I'm going to give you some key jobs that are recession proof. So since World War II, there's been 13 recessions in the United States. Each one of them had a different recovery rate. So I'm not an economist. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to look for, what are the signs. There's 1,000 different gurus out there who will tell you we are in a recession, recession's coming, the Feds are doing this, interest rates, blah, blah, blah. There's some key things you need to know what to do to make sure you and your family are ready. Some key jobs you need to be looking into. You look at the latest news, you look at inflation, you look at banks closing, you look at stock markets down. Even Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon lost their jobs. And we would have imagined, guys, that those jobs would have been, sacred. They would have been on TV for years to come. But nothing's sacred. So even though you might be in a recession-proof job, there's situations that happen all the time that causes changes in your life. But here's some key things you need to be thinking about, because you never know what's going to happen in recession. Sometimes you go into recession, employers use this as an opportunity to downsize or right size. So be aware of that. Even though your industry might be very, very positive and there's no downsides, but sometimes people use things to their advantage, and I'm not saying all people do that. And obviously, fortunately, all the jobs that I've ever been associated with never did anything like that. But I have read in the newspaper that some employers, some companies out there will use the recession as an opportunity to right size up as well. Number one, medical care, senior care, anything in the health industry. As the baby boomers get older, there's always going to be a need for someone to work in this field. It's basically recession proof. No matter what happens, baby boomers are going to get older, people are going to get sick, people are going to go to the hospital, they're going to need ambulance, they're going to need MITs. All of these things, pharmacists, all of these things, they never stop going. They keep going year after year. Stock market's up or down, they keep going. Number two, pet care industry. You look at all the recession, I've done some research. Even in the recession, people still take care of their pets. Their pets still have accidents, they break legs, they get sick, people rush off to the veterinarians and they get the health care. Pet food, medicine, vitamins, etc., etc. Those things never stop. So if you're in that industry, and it's a pretty big industry, whether it's selling pets, taking care of pets, food, accessories, cages, all those things, they never stop. They keep going. Number three, and maybe a no-go for some people, is the funeral industry. Recession or not, people will continue to pass away. Unfortunately, these things still happen. So the need for burials, the need for caskets, and all those supporting, industries, the hospice care, all those things, they continue to happen. Flowers, they continue to happen, year after year. Stock market up, stock market down, these things happen. Fortunately, if you're in that business, it's pretty recession. Number four, another key one is accountants. Accountants, you need to do your books, you still got to pay your taxes, etc., etc. So those things never stop. So if you're in the accounting field, it's pretty safe bet. You'll keep your job, recession up, recession down, you'll keep your gig. Educators, teachers, that's another profession. Kids still coming if they have to go to school. There's so many kids you can put in the classroom, so it's a pretty safe bet. If you're in the education field or supporting, there's tons of jobs that support schools. There's food, there's buses, there's auto mechanics that work on the buses, etc., etc. So anything associated with the education industry, it's a pretty safe bet. Law enforcement and firefighters, those things are pretty safe. They don't lay off firefighters, they don't lay off police officers. I know you hear about these things, defund the police, which is a bizarre statement. Obviously, both of those professions are well needed, well supported, good benefits. They don't get laid off. We talked about this a little bit earlier with the school buses, which is auto mechanics. Cars still break down. Maybe they don't buy new cars because of the recession. So people keep their existing cars longer. It means they need more care, more attention as their cars get older. So it's a pretty safe bet that if you work in the automobile industry, recession or not, you'll still maintain your job. The military is not going anywhere, or military defense contractors. Sometimes they will cut back on some of those things, but normally those orders are placed if you work in the defense agency, 5, 6, 7 year contracts, and they're not one-off sometimes. So it's pretty protected. And if you're in the military, obviously the government's going to still keep paying their soldiers and the people that support those soldiers. Thousands and thousands of contracts support the military, right? So there's food, there's equipment, there's everything, there's clothes, there's everything that the government buys from different places. So it's a pretty fair bet. If you're in one of those industries, it's pretty good for you. The last one, plumbers, electricians, HVAC, those things continue to happen either in the workplace or in your homes. Those things continue to happen. So if you're in one of those professions, and obviously, guys, that's a good side hustle too. If you have the skills to support one of these industries, very good on demand. And where I live, to get a good electrician, a good plumber, it's very, very difficult. Those guys charge what they want to charge, so it's a very good industry to be in. Let me just say by closing, all of the industries, none of them are 100% safe. Like I said, Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson, nothing's safe 100%. But there's a good fair bet if you work in one of those industries, you have a key lane of success, key lane of not being affected by a recession. If I missed some, guys, why don't you put them in the comments down below? I'm pretty sure I did. If you like what you hear and you want to talk more about recessions and your personal strategies, whether it's in your existing business or trying to move to a new business, or you're trying to get a side hustle going, or you're trying to decide what you want to do next, I would love to spend an hour with you discussing your potential moves or your concerns. Also, there's a link below. It's a free questionnaire, and the outcome will tell you if you're in the right job or not. So take a look. It's a bit of fun. It's not serious, but it's something that I pulled together. Anyway, I was pretty shocked with my results. So take a look at it. Give me a call. Go to my website. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. See you in the next one.